This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street nigga, you failed. My name is Mace. I stand by this message. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. For real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas. So we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't. And for me,
yeah, that's Jay Prince, the Houston giant who built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up and still runs things both in the streets and the music game. Nobody ever dares to test that man publicly. He's that respected, that feared. But Mace, he didn't care. He said it live on camera, smirking like he had nothing to lose, and the internet lost its mind. The clip went viral in seconds. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing because Mace wasn't yelling or acting wild. He was calm, cool, and speaking straight facts. It all started during Mace and Cam'ron's regular show segment where they clown on the latest hip-hop drama. Then out of nowhere, the tone flipped. They started talking about how some of the old school bosses still think they control the new generation, like it's still the 90s. That's when Mace leaned forward, gave this sly little grin, and dropped the bomb. Some of these OGs still think they can scare folks with their name. That ain't respect, that's manipulation. Then he locked eyes with the camera and said, I'm talking to whoever still think they the boogeyman of hip hop, even down in Houston.
60, you 60, what are you talking about? What are you, bro, I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined Young Boy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all eat a dick. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Whack 100.
Boom, the internet erupted. Everybody knew exactly who he meant. Jay Prince. Within minutes, social media was flooded with tags and comments. Jay, you gonna let Mace talk like that? Bloggers, fans, even rappers were in disbelief. Mace, the usually chill, funny, clean-cut dude, had just gone nuclear, and he meant every word. But the craziest part? He didn't stop there. Later in the same episode, when Cam'ron tried to cool the room down, Mace just laughed and doubled down. I'm tired of folks acting like they untouchable. Nobody's above being checked. The studio went silent for half a second, then exploded in cheers. Mace didn't just speak his mind, he shook up the whole hip-hop hierarchy that night. See, Jay Prince ain't just another name in rap. He's that guy.
Because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place.
I love Mace saying, like, who is he? What's happening?
Mace smoked it.
What's happening right now? They both worded it, and it still seemed respectful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they didn't get out of pocket.
Yeah.
They didn't get out of pocket.
They seemed
they
like
were just telling the truth.
The man people whisper about when the room gets quiet. The one who helped build empires, protected wild artists, and according to some, made sure folks stayed in line one way or another. His name carries weight everywhere, from boardrooms to back streets. So when Mace stepped up and challenged that aura, it wasn't just talk, it was a moment. It felt like somebody finally said what the industry's been quietly thinking for years but never dared to speak out loud. Some fans called it a bold power move, while others said Mace had just signed his own career death sentence. Either way, the whole culture couldn't stop watching. Jay Prince's name has always been about respect, the kind that doesn't need flashy posts or online validation. He's the type who moves in silence, lets actions do the talking. But Mace?
Never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
Jay Prince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys had to say about Shakur. He said, numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022.
He just kicked down that silence with one cold, fearless sentence that echoed across the game. Then came the reaction, and it was massive. The second those words left Mace's mouth, Houston heard it loud and clear. Within hours, Jay Prince was trending nationwide. Every blog, every news page, every gossip account was on it. Reports started flying that Jay's camp was not happy, like at all. One insider even spilled that Jay Prince was straight up stunned. Not just mad, but shocked that someone of Mace's caliber would come for him publicly. They said Jay couldn't believe it. He's used to being respected, never challenged, and that's what made it sting deeper. Coming from Mace, it didn't sound like beef, it felt like disrespect. Jay Prince moves like a chess master.
Boring, you boring. Everybody's seen it. We ain't the only ones who've seen it. You boring. I thought I was rather polite about it. I thought it was cool. Your grandfather's in your corner telling you to let your hands go. You won't let your motherfucking hands go because you're scared to get hit. You want to swim without getting wet. It's just not going to happen. Now, what I will say, this is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in the last 2 years. This was kind of funny. This is the most entertainment we see.
Not some dude playing checkers. Everything he does is calculated, quiet, strategic, and real. But word started spreading that behind the scenes, there were some serious talks going down. A Houston blogger even dropped a slick warning saying, if Jay Prince feels disrespected, he's gonna handle it, but not on Instagram Live. He'll deal with it face to face. That one line sent chills through the internet. Suddenly, social media was in full panic mode. People were posting memes saying pray for Mace and joking that he should avoid Houston for a while. But Mace, he didn't flinch, not even a little. The very next day, he jumped right back on "it is what it is," like nothing happened, and made the whole situation even hotter. When Cameron tried to calm things down, Mace just laughed and said,
all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mace, I will fade all his shots and take all bets.
So then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so lacking self-awareness. Like when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats that
I heard people mad about what I said yesterday. Good. That means they heard me. Then he turned the pressure up again, saying he's sick of all the fake respect floating around hip-hop, people acting like they honor certain names just because they're scared. I respect legacy but not bullying, he said. If you real, you don't gotta flex your power every 5 minutes. That line hit like a thunderbolt. It went crazy viral. Fans swore Mace had just buried Jay Prince without even saying his name. Comment sections exploded with chaos. Some people called it the realest thing Mace ever said, saying it's about time someone spoke up about the culture worshiping fear and fake power. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Mace woke up and chose courage, or chaos. Either way, the whole internet was locked in. Even rappers and producers who usually stay quiet started low-key reacting.
Going crazy.
So look, I gotta ask, I think I'd be remiss if I don't. Any message for Cam and Mace? Y'all been going back and forth a lot over the last week.
Them old niggas, they ain't got my respect for them.
There you go.
since it's all comedy, I'm going to deal with it like comedy, nigga. You hear that? Like I said, nigga, your mother named you after Shakur, nigga. You know I ain't had no problems with the first Shakur. I ain't going to have no problems with you. Chill out.
Reposting clips with laughing emojis, watching from the sidelines like, yo, is this really happening? Others, total silence. And that silence said more than words ever could. The industry froze. Nobody wanted to pick a side. Everyone respects Jay Prince too much to laugh publicly. But deep down, a lot of folks respected Mace for having the guts to say what others wouldn't dare. It was one of those rare culture-shifting moments. Old school power versus new school freedom. And right now, Mace was clearly winning the internet round, hands down. What made it even crazier was how Mace did it. He clowned Jay Prince without ever saying his name. That's straight Harlem energy. Smooth talk, slick attitude, and sharp precision. Mace wasn't just popping off for clicks. He's been watching the game, studying every move.
Like, stop getting boxing in the street. Those are two different things. That is two different things. Because when a switchblade or sun out and everything, you talk about niggas better strap up. Why would you give that heads up? You dumb motherfucker. Fuck out of here. You out your motherfucking mind. If you want to impress me, step up and wait. Fight to your Fimo in Newark so he can knock your head to Irvington. F is you talking about? You ain't impressing nobody with all this Twitter talk. All this wild Twitter talk.
And waiting for the perfect time to drop his truth like a bomb. He's seen how Jay Prince always pops up in major drama, whether it's with Drake, Kanye, or even the Takeoff tragedy, always stepping in as the peacemaker. but still making sure everyone remembers who's really in charge. And that's exactly what Mace called out. He said, "Some people want to be God in hip-hop, but this game already got too many preachers." Boom! That one line shook the whole internet to its core. Comment sections exploded, blogs went wild, and fans couldn't stop replaying the clip. They said Mace didn't just throw shade, he flipped the entire table, calm face and all. Behind the scenes, whispers started spreading like wildfire. Some insiders even said, he said what everyone's been too scared to admit.
Be the main event fighting like the undercard. Your fight was like the undercard. All the smoke was before you. So they need to rearrange how you're going. You're like a headliner that really need to be the opening act. And that's on a business sense. So you need to take note of that.
They call you pillow hands. That's what they call you. I didn't make that up. That's what I heard. They call you pillow hands. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a boxing analyst weekly. We could be your...
People started whispering, they really act like Jay Prince can't be criticized. That one quote alone had the whole industry buzzing, wondering, who's next to speak up? Another insider said it best, Mace just proved the new era ain't scared of the old guard anymore. And that right there summed up everything. The game's shifting fast, and respect doesn't move the way it used to. Not by fear, not by silence. A few days later, Jay Prince finally broke his silence. But in true Jay fashion, he kept it cool and cryptic. He dropped an Instagram post. Plain black background, white letters reading, "Respect is earned, not demanded." Then came the caption.
It's the most disrespect. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this back what Hunter said. So for the people that's catching up on this who have no idea how this started, we gave our opinion of the fight. We said this was boring. All of us said it was boring. It's 100 niggas saying it's boring. But because our go viral, niggas think that they could keep talking to us. Shakur Stevenson told us to get the strap or strap up, or better yet, put the gloves on so he could fight us. We said what he said, and then
Some people confuse clout with courage. Boom, short, sharp, and clearly aimed straight at Mace. The internet went wild dissecting every word, but instead of firing back with anger, Mace flipped it into pure comedy. On his next show, he laughed and said, "I'm not beefing with no motivational quotes. We can be your promo." The entire studio erupted. People were howling with laughter. In one move, Mace turned Jay Prince's cold warning into a meme moment. And that right there humiliated him even more. It was like Mace had total control of the narrative from start to finish. Calm, confident, unbothered. Fans online started calling it the ultimate power move.
We got the right to have our opinion, and I say that with all due respect, but just keep it where it is, man. Let humor be humor. Let everybody say what they gotta say. You don't like what we said, make the box better. Until you beat Tank, it ain't really nothing for you to say. And making threats, I'ma just keep it real. If we talking boxing, I got 3 knockouts in All-Star Weekend, man. So I got 100% knockout ratings on all.
Saying Mace made a man known for intimidation look like just another quote page on Instagram. You can't silence a comedian with a mic and 1 million people watching live. And Mace, oh, he knows that better than anyone. That's why his comeback hit harder than any diss track out there. No threats, no fake tough talk, just pure humor, confidence, and truth. It was bold, fearless, and so smooth that it cut deeper than any bar could. By the end of that week, It Is What It Is shattered its own viewership records. People weren't tuning in for sports talk or random banter anymore.
Out of you in 2 years, congratulations. After the fight's over, he walks back to the corner like this. That don't look like a champion. Champs start walking around the ring diddy bopping when they beating up. Your grandfather, that's how I know what your grandfather's telling you. They knew you the bag up. You the bag up. You were supposed to show off, show out. Not only that, you was talking before the fight. You was the one before, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm gonna demolish it, I'm gonna do all this. And you ain't do nothing you said. That's why is mad.
They were showing up just to see what wild truth bomb Mace was gonna drop next. He became the voice of the unspoken, saying everything the industry whispers behind closed doors but never dares to admit out loud. Crazy part, this is the same Mace who once walked away from Bad Boy Records and all the fame to become a pastor. Now he's back preaching a new gospel, one built on raw honesty, sharp wit, and zero filter. Every episode felt like a sermon, But instead of a church crowd, he had millions of fans nodding and laughing, shouting facts through the comments.
Being is this, you fighting more after the fight. You just had a fight Saturday. You're losing your damn mind the last 2 days. Trying to fight everybody on Instagram, on Twitter, or everything else. Because we seen it. We seen it. What is you talking about? Then you talk about we should glove up. Shut the up. Shut the up. But nigga slap fire out you. Nigga, shut the up. You getting boxing in the streets confused, nigga. For real.
And for the first time in a long while, J. Prince didn't have the final word. His silence said more than any statement could. As the smoke cleared, everyone started asking, what's next? Will Jay finally clap back for real or just let this one fade quietly into the background? So far, he's kept quiet, except for that one mysterious post. And honestly, that silence speaks volumes. Maybe Jay realized that coming at Mace in public would only backfire, because right now, Mace is on fire. His show's blowing up, his confidence is through the roof, and fans are calling him the new voice of truth in hip-hop culture.
There's also entertainment. Let me school you, Nick. So when you get in the ring, you're not entertaining. We don't want to keep hearing about the sweet science. We're looking for entertainment. We're paying bucks for entertainment, and you're not entertaining. And somebody got to tell you this. I know you flipped out on Tim Bradley, tried to say they paid him to say that. I know you said that Bob Arum panned the cam on people leaving out as you was fighting. But listen, if the fight was smoking, nobody had to walk out. You shouldn't.
It's wild how he flipped what could have been a risky move into the biggest win of his career. Fans started flooding social media with Mace's quote like it was a movement. Reposts, captions, even merch mock-ups popping up saying, "Speak your mind." Like Mace said, it turned into a full-blown mantra overnight. That's when everybody realized the energy had officially shifted. Mace had flipped fear into freedom, and the people loved it. Meanwhile, J. Prince found himself in a tough spot. His whole image was built on that cool, calm, untouchable OG energy. The type that made rooms go silent when he walked in. But Mace?
Listen, you never got this much traction. We could, dead serious, I know it's gonna be like, oh, nigga, think about it. You in Billboard, you ever been in Billboard? You in Billboard. You on TMZ.
You made it.
You made it, nigga. You made it. If you need help, we're here.
He tore that mystique down in one clean swing. Suddenly, folks were seeing J. Prince in a totally new light, not as this shadowy figure of respect, but as just another man who finally got checked in public. Now, when people hear J. Prince's name, they don't just think power. They think of that viral clip of Mace smirking and saying, "Ain't nobody above being checked." That one sentence flipped years of reputation in seconds. The internet moves fast. And this time, it turned a living legend into a trending topic. Mace did what rappers, execs, and influencers have been too scared to do for years. He made J. Prince look human. Not a villain, not a boss, just a man who can catch heat like anybody else. By the end of that week, the internet was wilding. People were clowning, calling Mace the preacher who baptized J. Prince in public. And honestly, that joke hit way too close to home, because that's exactly what it felt like. A full-on cleansing moment for hip-hop. It was like the culture finally took a deep breath and said, yo, we done bowing to fear. Mace proved that real respect doesn't come from intimidation or silence. It comes from truth, straight up. Whether you agree with him or not, you can't deny that he shifted the entire conversation. J. Prince might still run his empire and hold major influence, but Mace reminded everybody that words can shake giants, especially when they come from someone who doesn't care about the fallout. He stood tall, laughed through the chaos, and made honesty sound cooler than fear ever could. This wasn't just another roast or random call-out. It was a cultural reset. The preacher from Harlem humbled the boss from Houston, lived for the whole world to see. Every clip, every reaction, every tweet built up to one undeniable truth. In today's game, the loudest voice ain't always the scariest. Sometimes it's just the realest. And this time, Mace's voice was the one that shook the entire room. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and drop a comment below. Because this story, is just getting started. You don't want to miss what's coming next.